You have been lied to, and I'm going to explain why in the video. If you've been using a setting spray and a finishing spray, you are probably using it the wrong way, and you're probably totally misunderstanding what it's even supposed to be used for, because I was one of those people. I've seen so many people on YouTube too, and I've said this in the past too, I would say I don't use setting sprays. I don't feel like they do anything. You know why? Because we're not doing it right. We haven't been taught to do it the right way. And before I even got on YouTube, I never used any of that stuff, okay? I never did. I started using it when I would see makeup artists on here show it, and then they'd be doing all that, but they didn't really explain why, and they're not doing it right. So that there's a science behind it. I'm going to leave a link below so you can understand it. But there's actually a science behind it, and if you use a setting spray and a fixing spray together, your makeup will not only look amazing, but it will stay on all freaking day. Now, I know I shared a video recently where I was doing like layering my makeup, and that definitely kept my makeup on all day. But what I was using as a setting spray, it is a setting spray, but it's not really, I should have used something else, and I'm going to explain. Okay, so I kept my makeup on, but if I did it the right way, I probably wouldn't have even had to put all that powder and stuff on. So I feel like there's a lot of makeup artists that maybe don't get this either. There's some that do get it and some that don't get it. And I understand because it's really confusing. So I am going to explain what each is, how to tell the difference between both, and I'm going to explain how to use them to make your makeup last all day. Okay? I'm wearing it today, and look at my skin. And my makeup looks amazing today. Looks freaking amazing. Okay. So let's go over a setting spray first. I don't know if I said first. A setting spray. So a setting spray is what you would put on after you put your makeup on, right? So you put your foundation on, you put your powder on, your blush and your bronzer, whatever. Then you set it with powder. Then you want to put a setting powder on, because we've been told that a setting spray is going to set our makeup. Well, guess what, folks? This is a setting spray. It says Fix Plus, but this is a setting spray. This has no alcohol in it, and setting sprays usually have either no alcohol in it or it's very, very low on the ingredient list. This is a setting spray. This is a setting spray. Again, this is something you put on after you put all your makeup on, but it's not going to keep your makeup on longer. What these are going to do, and I didn't see any alcohol in here, okay, so I thought maybe, no, this actually is labeled right, okay? But what these will do is they're not going to keep your makeup on longer. But what they are going to do, people keep saying that their makeup is staying on longer with this. This is the problem I had with it, because I didn't think that worked, okay? Except when I layered tons and tons of makeup on. What these will do is when you spray them on after you put all your makeup on, it's going to look really pretty, like my skin looks. See how it's just melted everything together? It makes my makeup look glowy and pretty and beautiful. But it's not going to keep it on any longer. So that's when we have to use a fixing spray. So this is going to, you can shit your pants, okay? This is Urban Decay All Nighter, and this is actually a fixing spray. This is what you put on top of one of these. This has alcohol in it. I believe it's like the second, third ingredient. So a fixing spray is going to have alcohol in it. A fixing spray is going to keep your makeup on longer. So it is, it is doing what it says it's going to do. It's just labeled wrong because it says it's a setting spray when it's actually a fixing spray. I don't know if they said setting spray because they just thought most people aren't going to understand a fixing spray. I don't know if that's why they label it wrong. I don't know. But when you use these together, and I'm not saying all four of these, okay? When you use this and this, or this and this together, okay? Your makeup is going to be budge-free all day long. and it's going to look amazing. I feel like it's a trick and a tip that nobody's really sharing, or they're just not doing it right, because all I ever see is people, they don't explain it. So if their makeup isn't coming off, then they must be using something like this. Now, you do not want to use this under your makeup, either one of these, okay? You don't want to use this under your makeup, because if you do, what's going to happen is your makeup isn't going to play really nice with it. So this is to be used on top of your makeup, not under. Now, if you feel like you've got some dryness under your or on your skin, and even with the moisturizer, you just feel like you need a little something, then you can use this before you apply your foundation. This one is from Rare Beauty. I love my Amorvica too. That's a great one too, but I'm just throwing this in there because this one's a little bit more affordable, maybe for some. But this is from Rare Beauty, and this is just a hydrating mist, okay? So you would not use this. I would not recommend use this over your makeup. I think I might have said that, but if you're going to use something like this, I wouldn't spray this on top, because you might make this break down and it's not going to work. But you would use this under your makeup. So after you, like before, you can even do it before you apply your foundation, but I would let it dry. I would let it dry first before you do that, okay? Spray it on, just let it sit there and dry really good before you apply your foundation, okay? So that's a hydrating mist. But if you want to keep your makeup on all day, then you're going to want to do a setting spray first. After you apply all your makeup, your foundation and stuff, let it dry. Then you're going to want to go with the fixing spray, and your makeup's going to stay on all day. It's going to look amazing. And I'm going to show you guys close up what my foundation looks like. I don't want to knock anything over on my table. I have so much stuff. See how nice my makeup looks? I think it looks really pretty and glowy. It just looks amazing, and it stays on so much better, you guys. It stays on so much better. So when you are shopping, because you don't have to get any of these, okay? You don't have to get any of these. So you just have to look for, and even if it says setting spray, look at the ingredients. Okay, because a setting spray may actually be a fixing spray, which would be the last step, okay? So look at the ingredients. So I'm going to recap this again. Somebody recently said I repeat myself a lot in videos. I do. You know why? If there's something I want you to really understand, I feel like I got to repeat it, because I know for me, I feel like sometimes I need things repeated so I know, number one, and number two, some people fast forward videos too, and I just don't want you to miss it, because this is so important, okay? When you're looking at ingredients, you're looking for a setting spray. You want a setting spray that does not have alcohol in it. And that's what you're going to put down on your skin first. Let it dry. When you're looking for a fixing spray, it's going to have alcohol in it, and that's going to go on top. And the two together are just going to adhere onto that setting spray, and that's what's going to help bond it and just lock in your makeup, so it's going to just stay all day. So what I'm trying to say is, don't get like, don't look at something like this and like, oh, I have to get the Charlotte Tilbury, because you don't, because you can just go ahead and get the Fix Plus. It's doing the same thing as this, and you're paying a lot more money, basically, okay? This isn't that expensive. If you're not into stuff like this, there's drugstore options too. I may start to test out some more of these too. I did test one from Milk, and I think the Milk, again, I believe the Milk is a setting spray that would go on first. It definitely isn't going to keep your makeup on longer. Yeah, I know. It's like, it's yeah. But like I said, there's a science behind it. And if you really want your makeup to stay on, you really need to use both of them. You have to use a fixing and a setting spray. You really, really do. But they're probably going to be mislabeled, and it's going to be confusing. So that's why it's important to know what the ingredients are. Look at it, and then you'll know. Okay? And maybe in the notes below, to make it easier for you guys too, I'm just going to put in the notes below what each one means. Like, you know, setting spray means this, you know what I mean? And when you use it, I'll just kind of put that in the notes below. And so you can just kind of maybe remember it, maybe jot it down on your phone or something like that. So when you're out shopping or whatever, it'll be easier for you to understand. Because I don't know why it was so hard to wrap my head around it, other than the fact that they're labeled wrong. And I think my brain is telling me, well, it's a setting spray, you put it on after. And it's like, no, setting spray goes on first and then the fixing spray goes on top. It's just very, very confusing. We've just been like, I don't want to say brainwashed, but we've been taught to do it kind of the wrong way. And I've seen makeup artists show it this way too, so that's what makes it so much more confusing. But now I'm seeing makeup artists say, no, you guys, there's a science behind it. This is how you're actually supposed to use it. So I hope that this wasn't confusing. I hope that it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, I'll do the best I can to answer, but I am not a scientist. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? But just read your ingredients so you know how to use it. But I am just like, I just started doing this, and I want to do this all the time because my makeup looks amazing. So if you've been using this and you're like, this isn't working, keep my makeup on, you're right. It's not, because you have to use this on top of it. You have to, or something like it on top. You have to use this fixing spray on top. That's why it's not working. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will catch you guys on my next video. Bye. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. I don't think I have anything funny to do, but oh, dog's gonna start barking. So I'll share a little story with you today. I had to film this a couple times because this is just very confusing. And I thought I understood the assignment until I got to Miss Charlotte Tilbury's, and I'm like, I gotta look at the ingredient list. I'm like, oh my god, no, that is actually a setting spray, but it doesn't go on last, kind of thing. But anyways. So the dog across the street was barking again. It's a tricky situation, you guys. It's a very tricky situation. The people next door to us are lovely people on the one side of us. The other side, no. But the one side, they are lovely. They're an older couple, very, very nice people. Very nice, okay? And they are related to the people with the dog. So I have to be careful. It's like, I just don't want to start any shit with people, you know what I mean? So I just complained to you guys, but I just have to keep my mouth shut. Dog was barking again today, and then there was a Amazon Prime, and he kept having to beep his horn in the driveway because he didn't want to get out of the car, because it's a German Shepherd that's gonna want to, you know what I mean? Like, German Shepherds, I don't know, why do people have animals if they don't want to train them? I feel the same way about people with kids. Some people have kids and they just let them do whatever. They're just talking to their friend, and their kids run around screaming. Like, that was never me. Like, when I was a young mom, like, I was responsible. If my kid was acting up, I'd be, what the fuck? I wouldn't say what the fuck, but I would be like, what's your problem? Why are you acting like that? We don't act like that. We don't behave that way. Although I never had to do that with my kid, and I don't want to sound like I'm a little like whatever. I just was really blessed with a good kid. That's all I can say. I just didn't have that issue. People would babysit my daughter and they would be like, oh my God, she is so good. It's like, she just was. We're really, really lucky. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm not. You know what I mean? She was really, really good. But honestly, as a parent, I just wouldn't put up with it. I wouldn't put up with my kid talking back to me. I wouldn't put up with my kid acting all wild and crazy. It's the same with a dog, you know what I mean? I have a cat, okay? And, like, there's things that she can't do, you know what I mean? There's things she can't get into or do, and you have to train it, just like you do a dog. People just get these animals and they just don't care, and I just think it's mean. Honestly. I just think, why do you have a dog if you just don't care about it? And you're just, I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know. So anyways, it wasn't really funny. I know this wasn't a funny story, but somebody said, I've had a couple comments lately, oh no, you had nothing to say at the end of the video. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have nothing funny to say. I'm not a comedian. But sometimes I'll just throw in a little whatever. So that's what I did today. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.